Hi folks, welcome to or welcome back to Exposed. I still haven't got used to this being back to front and upside down. And if I'm welcoming you back and you haven't subbed yet, I'm just going to sit here and cry until you do. What am I doing? That's what I'm doing. We're back to this. 2:11 till 3:30. Do you think we could do it all in one go? I might try it. We'll see. No doubt it'll pause at some point. Anyway, let's jump back in.
I've called. You know, I don't trust that anymore. I always thought she had a heart attack. She says she has a shunt. I've heard the story, but I'm now a little suspicious.
Now she's calling, is it Shawnee, a liar? Maybe because you lie about having 9,000 things you don't have.
So I don't know. I honestly don't know, but it's weird. Who are you talking to? Deborah, you need to watch the whole...
Jinxed myself, didn't I? 2/12/16. The sun's coming up. It's pretty out there. Not that I can see anything. All I can see is the sky and our tree. Do you want to know the story of our tree? My husband had a bright idea to plant a twig and say it would be the family tree. Now it has taken over the whole of the front garden. I can't see anything out the window, and it's gone past the point of it being able to be cut down. I've asked him to cut it down every year without fail, even when it was little. Oh yeah, I'll do that. If I was well enough, I'd have hired a chainsaw and done it myself. But no. So on and on it grows. Family tree. Come on, play. Now I've forgotten where we were. See, that's what happens.
Cares. So
it was 2 something, wasn't it?
you have to think about the words that you say, if they help. So God loves me.
Was it about 2:11, maybe?
Did, but it's... I work.
Don't sing again, please don't sing.
For a walk in the pouring rain. This video didn't start out being... She needs a friend. So, the last time I stopped being friends with... Okay! I'm sorry. I don't want to hear it. I always thought she had a heart attack. She says she has a shunt. I've heard the story, but I'm now a little suspicious. So I don't know. I honestly don't know, but it's weird. Who are you talking to? Deborah, you need to watch the whole thing, unfortunately. I've talked all about it. My pillow is Gucci. Do I miss my friendship? No. I'm happy that this is... Okay. Okay! I'm sorry. I don't. It's. Just, I don't want to hear it. Just annoying. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. Yeah. She said, I don't know. Here's the thing. She has a way of worming herself back in to everybody because she reaches out and apologizes and she takes ownership because she needs something. She needs a friend. So, the last time I stopped being friends with her because she wouldn't leave me alone, I spilled the beans about how she bought her title with Scentsy because I had to do something drastic.
No, you
So
didn't.
that she'd never come back because I knew I was not strong enough.
Wow.
To
That's your excuse, is it?
Not accept her back in my life if she apologized because I am forgiving. And it's easier for me to just be friends with somebody than it is to be enemies. So I exposed the truth.
Woohoo!
About what she did with Scentsy to ensure that she wouldn't come back. But she came back and apologized. And I fell back into the rabbit hole. And then when Thanksgiving was coming around, and she was saying things like, so can we maybe do YouTube videos? I think I want to do... First, when I saw her, she was like, I'm so happy I'm not doing YouTube videos. I've had no drama, this and that. Then she was... He is a parasite. So then I said, I'm not doing videos with you anymore. Because I didn't want to look terrible again on YouTube and be like, oh, Shawnee and I are friends again after what had gone down. And I said, you know what, I'm not doing videos with her. And she was not happy about that because now I see she wanted to make some money because she saw that I was starting to really make some money. And then nothing was said around Thanksgiving, and I made my plans with Burke to go to eat, and she wrote me like the day before and said, hey, I was thinking about Thanksgiving, but Kevin doesn't feel like you've apologized to him. You apologized to me because I did. I apologized for my part in what I did. So, hon, I'm just thinking, I mean, I can read it to you. It's all on my phone. I'm just thinking if you want to... Here.
Who does that? Who keeps emails and texts and puts them in a folder that says trolls and haters and whatever? And then she's got another one that says really good subscribers. Yeah, cross that out and put suckers underneath. That's what that folder is. People that I can con out a money folder. I just can't with this woman. Where are we?
Write him. Oh, okay, here it is. This is how it ended. You guys want to hear this. Oh, and I also said, do you want my Scentsy party? I gave it to her. Here it is. Sent it to her. Her order. She gave me her credit card number. There's her order. Took my Scentsy party and then stopped being friends with me. Okay. She writes, can't ever call me. I'm going to get up in a minute and send you over my card info, but I wanted to share something with you, and I didn't want to do it Marco Polo because I know you won't be able to listen to it for a while. But I figured you could read this on a break or lunch. So I was talking to Kevy about, inviting you over for Thanksgiving because I really think that would be a really nice way to start off a new year coming and be thankful that we were in each other's lives and that we can forgive and move on Thanksgiving Day. But Kevin is still having a bit of a hard time, even though she had said, oh, he's fine with me being friends with everything. I just would like you to only think about this. I only want you to do it if you have it in your heart to do. Passive aggressive. But I think, because if I don't do it, then I don't have it in my heart to do, right? But I think it may be writing him a little letter or private messaging him to apologize to him as well would make all the difference in getting over this whole thing. He just said, I think it's great that you two can move on if that's what you want. But she did not personally apologize to me, and she really hurt both of us so deeply by her words and actions. And we didn't do that to her publicly, right? You didn't publicly. On any public forum. Like she did to us. Heart.
Exactly.
She always puts a heart. She's also told me how she wants me to text to her. I don't put a heart. So, it's up to you, hun. I know you can't read it. It's backwards. Let's see, where is it? It's up to you, hun. I don't speak that way. That's Shawnee speak. But I'm just sharing what I know and what I think could help resolve any heart issues all the way around. And if at any point we all three want to hang out again, don't want to hang out all three, Shawnee, sorry. I know this has to get done first, but totally up to you on your time and your call if you want to do it. XOXO. So I said, Burke and I are going out to a really nice restaurant for Thanksgiving. He made reservations for us. As far as an apology to Kevin, neither a text or Marco Polo I feel is appropriate to discuss this. I will talk to you about it in person. Exactly, Christine, exactly. Oh, nice. Well, I wasn't sure and didn't want you to be all alone, that's all. And no, I didn't suggest Marco Polo. I thought through Messenger or a little letter or in person. Heart. But that's only if you feel you want to do it. I just know that I would love to see us get past this and all three, yes, Deborah, be a family, not just you and me, because Kevin sometimes will be a part of our days, which he was always, whether it's going to a bar or whatever. And I just know if he feels an apology is necessary in order for him to get past it, but whether it's soon or in a year or 2 years, that's totally up to you. Have a good day, sweetie. XOXO. I said, you misunderstood my text, which is precisely why I prefer not to discuss this through text or Marco Polo. What I meant was that anything of this nature, even your initial text to me, is something to discuss in person, not through text. Even you telling me that Kevin has unresolved feelings and you suggesting I write a letter, all of it, I prefer to discuss in person only. Thank you for the sort of LOL Thanksgiving invite. Thanksgiving is a time where you invite people in. You put aside, if they don't, there was a qualification I needed to apologize to him. Even though she and I had gone out to lunch, we were fine, heading on the right path. But in order for me to be able to come on the day of Thanksgiving...
Why do you not think that you should have done that? Right. I was friends with somebody. I fell out with them. They told all my and my husband's innermost secrets on the interwebs. I made up with them. But the entire time they haven't spoken to my husband. And they think that they can come round to my house and play it off as if nothing's happened and not think that he deserves an apology as well. It just shows you've never had a proper fucking marriage.
This is what I would have needed to do. Then I gave her my Scentsy party. She gives me her credit card number. I said, great, I'll do it tonight. Show her my order. Okay, sweetie pie, thank you. Prayers, kissy face. Happy Thanksgiving, friend. Didn't write back. Morning, LOL, are you awake? Didn't write back. I said, hey, sorry, I was at a friend's house for Thanksgiving. That was a lie, by the way. Conditions, exactly. Then she sent me a Marco Polo. I told her I found out who Darlene is on YouTube, Sonia1. Left a comment on my channel on Thanksgiving saying that she lives also at my apartment complex, and that the ASPCA does regular checks and will take Bella away from me because her nails are too long. Exactly, Hollywood. Now, right. I write her saying, Lisa D1's daughter is so gorgeous. She never responds. How do they even know about Bella's nails? But was never even... Okay. Then I had written, hi, Dan, it's Lori, your neighbor. This is very difficult for me to have to write you, but I'm literally afraid of Darlene. First of all, she waited for me to get out of my car one night while she was walking her dog. I write this to Shawnee. And she called me up trying to get you in trouble with the management. I have no idea what she's referring to. Now she just commented on my public YouTube page under the username Sonia1 that she also lives where I live and that the ASPCA would be called on me if I didn't cut my dog's nails. I hate to involve you, but I really do not want to go to the police and file a restraining order, so I thought I'd contact you first. Please get her to leave me alone. Putting my public address on YouTube is dangerous for me, as you can imagine. I have been nothing but kind to you and Darlene. I helped you and Kevin meet and get you a month's rent, so I do not know why she has it out for me. He writes, Laura, you are full of it. You have done things that are just sick. If you continue to harass us, I will not only get a restraining order against you, but I will hire an attorney and sue you. Do not contact me or Darlene. It's well known that you are a liar and a thief. Do not call, write, text, or call.
Well
Stay
done,
away
Dan.
from me, Darlene. If you do either, I will see that you never harass or threaten anyone again by using every legal means necessary. So I wrote, a thief, a liar? Oh my God, what on earth are you talking about? I have not even gone near your house. I don't know what you're talking about. He writes, don't call, text, or write one more time, and you're done. So I write to Shawnee, and she goes, I told her this. She goes, oh, my, OMG, what? WT, a mess.
Why did you have to say that she put WT? What does it matter when you know what she meant?
I said, and she had said to me, maybe we can all be friends. So she's acting like she didn't know, like the four of them didn't talk about me. So I said, please don't say anything. I don't want any problems with them. So then I said, I kept...
Passive aggressive much. Why did you send it to her if you didn't want her to say something? You keep it to yourself.
I wrote her, I kept wondering what he meant by I'm a known thief. How would he know anything? Do you know, Shawnee? She writes, why are you asking me like that, Lori? Like what? Like I'm texting it. What the heck have I ever said anything to them? So I wrote, asking you like what? She says, I told Kevin I'll ask him if he told Dan. I said, you had told me that they were discussing me with you a while ago, telling you that they saw me at the pool. She said, we should talk on the phone. I don't feel this is a conversation we should have over text. Otherwise, I think this friendship isn't going to survive any more crap. I said, I'm just wondering exactly what was said. Why? And then she says, and then I wrote, why are you, quote, why are you asking me like that, Lori, unquote. Sorry, Shawnee, I don't know what way I am asking you. There's no specific way. I just asked a question. You are interpreting my question as being hostile or something, and it's not. It's text. There's no emotion, and I voice text my thoughts. That's all. I'm wondering what he meant. Thought you could shed some light. Jeez. She goes, I don't want to be involved in this. This is between you and Darlene and Dan. This is exactly the drama I do not want in my life. Kevin is telling me to stop texting. Good night. I'm missing all these good comments. I said, sorry, didn't mean to involve you. I was just asking your thoughts. Good night. Didn't mean to upset you. I'm not upset by Dan and Darlene. I'm just wondering what he is thinking. That's all. So then she writes, Kevin just learned about all the stuff going on with you and Dan and Darlene, and he told me I had to unfriend you on Facebook, just so you know. He's totally done with you and the drama. Done with you? Do you know how many times she threatened to take away her friendship? Threatened by saying, I'm done. I said,
Because there's always drama where you are. That's why. That's why she's done. And I know for a fact, if I had a friend like you that was texting me at night going on about shite, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. My husband's like, what's that? And he'd be like, just fucking bin her off. Close your phone. Again. Marriage. You have no clue.
oh, okay. Thumbs up. Not sure what you mean, but I understand, Shawnee. Hope you enjoy the Scentsy when it arrives. Thank you so much again for my Scentsy. It just arrived, so I wrote enjoy.
Yeah.
And that was the last time.
Passive aggressive much? I'm not passive aggressive.
So, to use the word, he's done with you, is so callous.
How is it? She's just saying it how it is.
That's not how you speak to people. She could have called me and said, you know what, Lori, I can't be friends. It's too much. And I would have said, okay.
No, you wouldn't.
Does everyone really want to see what this says? It says, I love you to the moon and back. Hi, Sue Ray. Pom Pom! So, that's how the friendship ended. Never heard from her again. All of that should have been a phone conversation, a call. Lori, even if she said, I want to be friends, but Kevin's just, he won't let me. He really doesn't want me to be friends with you. I'm not suing her.
Suing her for what?
That's what I mean by the truth. They did do me a great favor. I couldn't get rid of her. I had to be brutal to get rid of her. And I thought I could get rid of her if I told the truth about what she did with Scentsy. That was like, okay, I'm going to tell.
No, it wasn't so you could get rid of her, so that you wouldn't fall back into being friends with her. It was because you were being
what she did with Scentsy, how she bought her being a star director, and I went there.
How did you get yours? Huh? Didn't tell that truth, did you?
Low blow. I know, but it was the truth. I told the truth. Scentsy never did a damn thing. And other people, she had done it with other people. And she was saying that other people were doing it who weren't. So like putting orders in under people that were under them so that they would get to a certain level. Turns out I made director all on my own. I didn't need the money, and I paid
Oh, I did it all on my own, but I can't look at the camera because I'm lying through my teeth.
her back whatever orders she put in, and they're all on there. Like, because Chuck, the chief financial officer, contacted me, and all he cared about was that I had said something on public social media, you know. She did? How did she double cross you, Linda?
How deep is that cup? She's been drinking it for half an hour now.
Yeah. That's true. The truth shall set you free. Okay, so the $3,000, what happened was her friend, who did everything for her back in Reading, lent her car, helped her pack, everything, moved them here. Up and down the stairs. Her friend is a doll. Apparently, in Reading, they went to a, like a spa where you can get lip injections and Botox and all that. And Shawnee didn't have credit card or had one but didn't want Kevin to see it, so they used this girl's credit card. And Shawnee's facial things, everything that you see, the huge lips, everything. I don't know, Linda. I'd have to know more. But anyway, so Shawnee spent $3,000 and the friend spent $2,000, so there was $5,000 on a credit card. And Shawnee was given access to the online credit card, and the condition was every month she would pay $150 into the card. Kevin knew none of this, so she started out every month going in, password. She knew the password because the friend gave it to her. The username, the password on the credit card. Put in $150 every month. Well, the month that they also asked Dan to loan them $5,000, and Dan was like, "Sure, buddy, I'll do it for you." And then at the very last minute, right before Kevin was going back to Reading, Dan was like, "Here's the contract," and it had, "If you don't give me the $5,000 in 30 days, there's this much interest added on," and Kevin knew nothing of that. This was because their house was selling, but it didn't sell yet. It's a good thing Dan didn't lend the money, because they didn't close on the house. The deals fell through. I'm not going to make fun. I don't need to go there to make fun of someone's looks, just to say. I can talk enough shit about this woman without talking about her looks. So Kevin was so mad. He was like, I thought he was just going to lend me the $5,000. It's a good thing Dan didn't, because they didn't sell their house for 3 more months. Dan would have been out of that money for 3 months. Dan was a smart man. He's very paranoid. He's been burned 1,000,000 times. So he was careful. Anyways, so Shawnee was, for like 3 months putting the $150 into this account. And then she wrote to her and said, "Hey girl, I'm not going to be able to pay this month because bills are coming in and we didn't sell the house and this and that." And the girl was like, "You know what? First of all, let me just tell you one other thing. I was sitting with them. It was their last night here, the friends that moved them. And their flight was to leave at 7 a.m. in the morning. And this girl, they walked up 2 flights of stairs, brought into the house heavy things. You've seen her house. Everything was stone. 3 outdoor fountains came in and were in. I wouldn't go out on her balcony because there was a 1,000 ton, pound, whatever, water statue that I'm sure was pretty illegal to have in your house. You need 3 men to bring it in. Anyways, this woman worked her ass off for Shawnee. Drove 8 hours here, packed her. We were sitting for dinner, and she said to her, "So Shawnee, you guys gonna come? Are you gonna?" No, Kevin was driving them to the airport in the morning from the hotel that they were made to stay at, and she said, "Are you gonna come?" And Shawnee was like, "No way, it was too early for me." And I saw her face go like this, like, "Are you gonna come?" And when Shawnee said that, she went, like, she was like, it took the breath out of her. I felt so bad. Shawnee could not get up early in the morning to take her friend that had done all that for her to the airport. Wow. Oh no, I'm not going. Kevin will take you. That said a lot.
Boot other foot, would you? Just asking. I'm not condoning what Shawnee said, by the way, but we all know Lardy wouldn't put herself out.
Darlene and Dan aren't married. Anyway, so... Well, they have the money from the sale of their house, but they didn't have enough money to buy anything here. That's why they're thinking about a mobile home and, that whole thing. So I thought that was pretty mean. So anyway, so when Shawnee said to this woman, "So can we put it off for another month?" I think the friend, I'm not going to say her name, saw the writing on the wall and was like, "No, I want, what? I need the money. I need all of it now." And went and changed the credit card info, login, and password so Shawnee couldn't put any money into it anymore. She had to pay her. Meth capital of the world. So then Keith had to get involved, the friend's husband, and called Kevin and said, "Look, she owes about $3,000, whatever." And this was the first time Kevin had heard that Shawnee had basically taken out a loan on this girl's credit card for...
But how did Kevin think she had all the work done on her face? Did the fairies do it? How did she explain to him where the money for that came from? Because I know if I came home with new lips and whatever, my husband would be like, "Whoa, where have you been? How much did that cost?" If I didn't have any money.
$3,000. So he was pissed and said, and they were threatening to sue them, the friends. So Shawnee, I had to look it up. My mother was here. So my mother heard it all. Shawnee was like, "Do I have to go to Reading if they sue me, or do they have to come here?" And I had to look it up. And she's like, "So should we just not pay?" And Kevin's like, I'm not paying. I think so too. And she was my friend, so I was trying to, even though I felt so bad for the other friend, I was trying to help her. And then she said to me,
"Now we'll never know." Pardon me. 2:38:36. Go on. I was finding that quite interesting, actually. That's why I was so quiet. But that's the thing. Don't tell her anything or she'll tell the world. sometime today. Time is it? 5:51. So when I finish this, it'll be about 6, 7. Then I can have my dinner. And then it'll be a few hours until my thing.
Daughter is so gorgeous. Like, that was like, okay, I'm going to tell, it was the truth.
I can't remember
So
what I
asked Dan
said.
to loan them $5,000, and Dan was like, sure, buddy, I'll do it for you. And then info, login, and password, so Shawnee couldn't put any money into it anymore. She had to pay her. The meth capital of the world. So then Keith had to get involved, the friend's husband, and called Kevin and said, look, she owes about $3,000, whatever. And this was the first time Kevin had heard that Shawnee had basically taken out a loan on this girl's credit card for $3,000. So he was pissed and said, and they were threatening to sue them, the friends. So Shawnee, I had to look it up. My mother was here, so my mother heard it all. Shawnee was like, do I have to go to Reading if they sue me, or do they have to come here? And I had to look it up, and she's like, so should we just not pay? And Kevin's like, I'm not paying. I think so too. And she was my friend, so I was trying to, even though I felt so bad for the other friend, I was trying to like help her. And then she said to me, and then she had to come clean with Kevin. And I said, so what did you do? And she goes, I had to just sit there and take it. And he said he felt like it was as bad as cheating, because $3,000 is a lot to keep from your spouse. Like, if he had gone out and bought something for $3,000 and not told her, she would have been livid. So I think, yeah, because she's never been on her own. Someone has always taken care of her. So I think they've made up, because Shawnee has probably gone back groveling. I actually reached out to her and called her, and I said, I just want you to know that I'm so sorry that happened to you. I'm so sorry she did that to you after all that you did. And I just want you to know that, my heart was broken for you after all you did for her to not pay you. So, and she was like, I really appreciate that. Now, from what I've heard, they have made up, because Shawnee is setting the groundwork. She is laying the train tracks. She's going to go back and need a friend. And she has a way of being able to endear herself to get the friend back. It won't last, because she cannot keep up that facade. And this friend has a chronic illness, is in pain all the time. The husband never said a word when I met him and he was moving. He was, and also the fact that Kevin has not a single friend.
If she's got a chronic illness and she's in constant pain, how the hell did she carry all the stuff up and down the stairs?
So when she dumped me, I let her. I was so happy.
Yeah, of course you were.
I was so happy that Kevin put a kibosh, is that the word, on everything. And then she puts up this video and says, good riddance. You don't leave and say good riddance about me.
Why?
Good riddance. I only do what I'm forced to do. If you didn't do all that shit to me, current events. Are you kidding? She doesn't know anything. Have you ever read? Go read. Oh, you should have read her old one. If you ever read her Scentsy profile, like her story, I have never read something that has so many, not just spelling errors, which is not a sign of being stupid, but the grammatical errors.
Oh,
Like,
you're so clever though,
it,
aren't you?
you don't say. You would say, Kevin and I went to the store. Because if you leave off the Kevin, you say, I went to the store. So she would say things like, Kevin and me. Or, I and Kevin went to the store. I and Kevin, that's not proper English. Or the there, there. Their. So we went there, Their. There were so many that I never said anything to her because I would have had to correct the entire thing. It was so bad.
All you had to do was copy and paste the entire thing, put a spell check and a grammatical thing on it in Word or whatever it is I use, click a button, put it back. You're supposed to be a friend, weren't you? How difficult would that be for the high-level executive assistant?
Bad. So bad. She moved here. She wanted that. That never would have been allowed by her husband. We went out to Michael's. I can count how many times Shawnee and I went out together. They were all around Kevin's schedule. We had everything in common. Or so I thought. Now I don't think she's anything like me, but we like nails, makeup, jewelry, tattoo, making jewelry. She copied every design of jewelry that I ever made and then sold it, even when we were friends, as though it was hers, even though I designed it.
Now you know how HRH feels.
And it would have been great if we had slumber parties. She was not allowed to even go out for dinner with me. And then when I was laid up with my knees, she wanted to charge me $5 to give me the leftovers. Yes, and my mother was here for that too. Because I was like, it would have been so nice when I had my knees done if she had just come over, for a little visit at night after dinner and give me some leftovers. That just would have been nice, right? No. It would have been nice for her to come over for coffee in the morning, since I had given her my car to drive over. But no, she never came for coffee. Maybe once or twice. I can count. Then the one time we go to Michael's and we were an hour and a half still there, the call came, "Where are you?" from Kevin. I was like, and then she acts like he didn't do it, like he never did that. So weird. Why is he calling me? Girl, because he wants to know where the hell you are. I'm eating my tuna with a celery stick. And now he's vegan. Why? Why does he have to be vegan? Or no, she's 2 miles away.
Didn't you change to be vegan? Why did you have to be vegan? The fuck? Anyone can be vegan when they want, if they want. What's it got to do with you?
But she had my car. Oh, and then she once returned it because she didn't feel it had enough gas in it. to go the 2 miles to my house. So I was like, well, so put gas in it and I'll pay you back. Listen to this.
Do I have to?
Before she moved here, I was going to the Sensi thing in Nashville. And, no, Kansas City. And she does very little on her own. She will never go to a mall by herself at night. She won't even sit in her living room at night by herself. And if he's asleep, if he starts to sleep in the living room, falls asleep while he's watching TV, she wakes him up. She does have a car. It's now like mine. It's a white convertible. Wait.
Stop bloody eating then, and you could say what it is you wanted to say.
Wait, I was saying something. Me too. She would never go to the mall on her own. She so wants to be me. Okay. Before she moved here, we were meeting in Kansas City for a Sensi reunion. And I was taking her around, like with FaceTime, showing her these bags that I was seeing at TJ Maxx. I saw red flags, but I put up with it because I wanted a friend here. I had no friends here. And she was like, oh my God, I love that bag. Will you buy it? I'll pay you back and send it to me. So I said, okay. So I bought it. She used her credit card for me to mail it out. And it got to her. I had the receipt. And I was expecting the money when I saw her. So it got to her. And she was like, it's too small. So I'm going to give it back to you to return. And I said, I don't want to put it in my suitcase. That's why I had sent it to her before, so that she didn't have, I was going to bring it, but it was too much for my suitcase. So she's like, I said, you're just going to have to pay me back and then figure it out. She was like, no, you're going to put on your big girl pants. This is exactly what she said. I had paid for it, though, remember. You're going to put on your big girl pants and you're going to fit it in your suitcase and you're going to return it. So I did her this favor by getting the bag for her, mailing it to her, and now I have to shove it in my suitcase on the way back. She's going to bring it to Kansas City. I have to shove it in my suitcase on the way back, which we were going to get a lot of Sensi things, so there was no room. And then I have to go and return it.
But you love returning things.
And she said it on FaceTime. Marco Polo, which is like an app. I remember showing it to my mother. And my mother said, look at her eyes. It's like she was a different person. Her eyes were like black.
That's what I see when I look at you when you're doing your evilness. When you sat there and it's all bubbling, and then the vileness comes up and out of your mouth and your eyes go black too, love.
And it caused a big fight. And then I had my own room. And I ended up forgiving her. And I let her stay in my room the whole week without paying. She didn't even offer to pay. I got it for free, but still.
Well, then there's nothing to pay, is there?
I didn't expect her to pay.
Yeah, you did.
But I don't even think I got a thank you. She was going to sleep in Edie's room with Edie and her daughter. And I was like, no, just stay in my room. And I gave her my room for free. I mean, I got it for free, but I got it for free because I earned that trip. She didn't earn it. And we had a great time, I do have to say. Yeah, Elaine. And then what she did to one of our teammates was just so mean. She was buying that Medifast stuff from one of our teammates. And kind of got into a fight with her at the reunion. And I had said to the teammate, I said, just, you know what? Just ask to meet her for coffee. And that last comment, no, it's not a matter of who you meet over the internet. I won't ever change. I'm not going to let, oh my God, I cannot stand this. Jews are the chosen people. You wish you were me. I'm not going to let her win by me changing. Do you know what I mean? Seriously, like, have your religion. But don't, you forcing it down my throat pushes me in the opposite direction. Is that what you have to do? As part of your religion? Convert people?
Maybe they
How
do.
disrespectful. So you know what she did to this poor...
Do you shout abuse at Jehovah's Witnesses if they knock on your door? I admire them. I really do. They're trying to save the world, and all they get is doors slammed in their face day after day after day. And yet they keep going and keep going and keep going. That's dedication to a religion. I think they're amazing. Would they convert me to that? No. But you've got to give them credit for trying. Why do you feel the need to shout abuse at people? Just say no thank you. Is it so difficult?
person who doesn't like her either. In the morning when she was supposed to have that meeting with her, right before the meeting, she canceled her order for the Medifast. And the woman called me and was like, I'm not meeting with her. It's a long story. And there's just so much. There's so much more. She used to own a nail shop, and then the woman did something to her. Now I know Shawnee probably did something. She doesn't live right.
And you
She does
do.
not live the right way, and that's okay. Time for good and plenty. And that's why
I used to love this game, counting how many she put in her gob at once. I'm going for 8. What do they say? Place your bids now.
Now, I don't have any friends here because I moved here
3 years ago and I still haven't made a friend.
Okay, I'm not going to end up in hell.
Three. Oh, she's stopping.
And there's a time and place for everything.
4, 5.
Right.
6.
And when I'm talking religion, I'm going to go around to every channel and save their soul.
7. Oh, that was close.
Cindy, you need to perfect your conversion technique. It's not working. Deborah, you've asked before, sorry. Marjorie came. Don't bother. She's gonna think it's me. It's gonna start a whole big thing. If this hasn't already, just let them go. I'm just trying to warn people.
That's what I'm doing.
But that was during the whole thing with my mother. And my mother had left to go to Boston. Lied to me, told me she was just going back for a little while. That's why she left everything in her apartment. And then once she was there for a week, wrote me and said, okay, wrote me a text. Okay, now I can tell you the truth. I've taken an apartment. So that was all done behind my back. Do you know how hurtful that was? I was living in the 2-bedroom. I wasn't paying the rent on the 2-bedroom. I was paying the rent on the 1-bedroom. She's like, I'm not paying the rent for the 2-bedroom. And I said, but I'm in the 2-bedroom with Burke. She said, then move. And I was like, I'm not moving. I can't move. I'm not moving into, I just moved in there. I can't move into 1-bedroom with Burke. You know, I came from that beautiful place in Boston. A 3-bedroom apartment. This to me is like poor white trash living. I spoke to Roberta. She's like, yeah, she wants control. That's her power and control. So I had to scramble. I had to go to the management and say, my mother left. They were like, well, you can't stay in the 2-bedroom. Your name's not on the lease. And if she's not paying, then there's going to be an eviction. So I literally could have come home at any point in time, and the doors would have been locked with my animals inside and all my stuff.
So what did you do? You sat on your hole and you cried and did nothing. And got some poor subscriber and her nephew or something to come and move you when there was you and Burke and 2 cars. And it was from a 2-bed apartment to a 1-bed apartment in the same place. You could have fucking walked and carried furniture. But no. Because you're too used to being a little princess and mummy paying for everything and flying first class from Boston to California. And you were too idle to do anything for yourself. I had to get rid of all her stuff and blah, 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 blah. You could have just shoved everything in and then sorted it. But no.
So thank God one of my subscribers rented a truck for me. And my mother then blocked me in Burke, so I couldn't even call her. Marjorie was here during all that. Her vacation, I ruined it completely. I was hysterical. That's when I called Shawnee too, before they moved here, saying, oh my God, my mother's leaving. My mother's moved back to Boston. I don't know what to do. She was like, should I call 911? I was like, that is what a friend says? She's like, Kevin said I need to step away, so I'm going to give you space. And she...
2:59. Should we call it here and then I'll do the last half an hour as another video, rather than you waiting and watching it twirl. So thank you if you got this far with me, and I will catch you in the next one, which will be the last one. Whoop.